What's up, guys? Chris here to give some quick, brief thoughts on last night's UFC 127 and Acosta versus Rios fight. Not going to get into the entire cards, kind of pressed for time. Just going to talk about the main events of each. Going to start off with Brandon Rios versus Miguel Acosta. Honestly, I hadn't seen a whole lot of Acosta heading into this bout, which is why I didn't do a prediction video for the fight. Watching clips on YouTube, looked like a solid fighter, but I figured Rios. I had Rios pulling it out. I mean, I made a prediction. I'm anyone that knows about Rope It Up, they got a Rope It Up fantasy boxing contest, and I picked Rios by stoppage. But man, when this fight started out, it looked like my pick. I wasn't very secure with it. Miguel Costa, definitely a solid fighter, a worthy champion. I just thought he was one of these guys that has a belt that has a belt, but it's just a paper title holder. Not really any good. But man, the guy definitely showed a lot of talent, effective game plan early on. As well, a lot of movement. Landing a lot of straight punches, left and right, good jabs. Just not letting Brandon Rios. I thought it was going to be more of a brawl. I thought this was going to be a straight up just toe-to-toe fight. After watching clips of Acosta versus Urbano Anteleon. But Acosta fought a smart fight, using a lot of movement, using his speed and athleticism and getting the better of it. He was in control of this bout a lot early on. Landed a big overhand right a lot early as well, which is, I think, his best punch. And Brandon Rios, to his credit, was able to take that punch effectively, although he was also throwing the uppercut that he heard finish Anteleon with in their fight. Landed that effectively as well. Round 4, he really poured it on Acosta on Rios. I really thought that he might stop in that round. Rios just was getting beat down in that round, but showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of balls, and showed a hell of a chin to be able to survive that round. After that, though, Rios, his pressure started taking over, He was going to the body well effectively throughout the fight. Wasn't cutting off the ring so well, but from early on, I was thinking to myself, man, is Acosta going to be able to keep up this pace and this movement for all 12 rounds, Because Rios was looking to, going to chase him for that until he either was able to slow down or until, Acosta was able to ride out all 12 rounds, being able to do so with that game plan. Unfortunately for Acosta, he was, Rios knocked him down in the 6th round. Off a jab after a good body shot. Knocked him down again in the 8th round. I believe it was the 8th round. More an accumulation of punches, but there was a good left hook in there. And then Acosta definitely looked to be slowing down in the 9th round. 10th round definitely was slowed up. Was getting caught with his back against the ropes a lot more often. And 10th round, Brandon Rios was able to catch him in the ropes, against the ropes, and caught him with a big overhand right. Finished him off with a series of rights. Costa went down. His corner immediately threw in the towel. Wouldn't have mattered. That fight was over. I know I'm not really giving a good dramatic replay of the fight in its entirety or really summing up the drama of it, but this was a great fight. This was an exciting fight. This was by far the best fight I've seen this year. It just really told a great story throughout. The champion ahead, challenger trying to hunt him down, and was able to finally do so. Great fight, though. If you didn't see it, make sure you check it out. It's funny because Brandon Rios reminds me a lot of Antonio Margarito, a guy who he trains with. And this fight, on a lower scale, a much lower scale, but was very reminiscent to me of Miguel Cotto versus Antonio Margarito. Very, very similar fight, in my opinion. Even the way it ended, just remarkably similar. Yeah, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this fight, though. Definitely, if you agree that it was somewhat similar to Cotto Margarito, and just what you thought of Rios' performance in Acosta, and what do you think next for Brandon Rios? Moving on real quick, UFC 127. Like I said, I'm going to talk about the main event. BJ Penn versus Jon Fitch. I expected Fitch to win this fight by decision. Didn't quite work out that way, although I think many, myself included, and possibly even BJ Penn, thought that Fitch deserved the decision. Close fight. BJ Penn came out really effective early, going for the takedown. Was able to secure Fitch's back. And when he did, I thought he was going to be able to submit him. I was like, oh, he's going to choke him out here. But Jon Fitch showed some really good submission defense. And not only that, was able to turn the fight in his favor by reversing and getting top position. And kind of, finishing out round 1 strong. Round 2 was a bit similar. BJ was able to get Fitch's back again. But to Fitch's credit, he was able to escape earlier than he did in the first round. Once again, get top control and was able to do a little bit of damage because he had a little more time to work with. Third round, Fitch played smart. Finally, he was having trouble. Fitch was having trouble getting takedowns throughout the fight. BJ once again showing that great takedown defense. But in the third round, Fitch got a takedown early and just dominated the entire round. He beat up BJ Penn in the third round. Non-stop ground and pound. For 5 minutes straight, he just let fists and elbows go and dominated that round. Definitely could have been scored a 10-8 round, as BJ Penn did next to nothing in that round. I thought after that dominant round, I thought Jon Fitch had won the fight. I thought it was close, but I thought he won the third round convincingly, and I thought he pulled out the second. Apparently the judges disagree, gave it a draw. BJ Penn himself said he thought he had lost the fight, in particular after that third round. So, who knows? I don't know what's next. Obviously I want to hear your guys' thought on who you thought won the fight, or if you thought the draw was just. I don't think a draw is an out-and-out robbery, but I just thought Fitch had won the fight in my opinion. But would you guys like to see him rematch next? Think BJ's going to take some time off? He looked pretty distraught, pretty dejected after the fight. Fitch took it in stride for the most part. Respect him for that. But the winner was supposed to get a title shot. It's just like how Anthony Pettis was supposed to get a title shot against the winner of Maynard versus Edgar this year, and that fight ended up in a draw. So kind of funny how that happens. Very, very similar situation. But I don't know. Who do you guys think won? Do you think a draw was just? Would you like to see a rematch? Who would you favor in a rematch? Just all that stuff. Honestly, the one thing I take from this fight is I don't think either stands a chance against George St. Pierre in a rematch. That's what I took from this fight. But, pretty good event overall, UFC 127. Better than I expected, but nothing memorable. Nothing, that's a can't miss, or I'm probably going to go back and watch more than once. Anyways, that's it for now. I'll be talking about all these things and more on Science Minds Radio Show coming up shortly, depending on when you watch this. If you can't catch it live, you can always catch the podcast or on demand. I'll put a link to the show and information part of the video as usual, as well as a link to my Twitter. Once again, want to hear your guys' thoughts on Rios versus Acosta, or DeMarco Sanchez if you'd like, as well as UFC 127. Aside from the main event, any thoughts you may have, and I'll try to get back to comments and my thoughts on anything else you may want to talk about besides the fights I address. That's it for now, guys. Be sure and check out the radio show if you get a chance. And until next time, I'm out.